This conference will now be recorded.
Now, in today's class, we are going to see how can we work with the field catalog. When you are going to work on your field catalog, you need to fill your field catalog. In reuse ALV also, we have filled your field catalog. In the same way, here also you need to fill your field catalog. Let me log on to my server. So now I'm going to SE24. So CL underscore GUI underscore ALV underscore your grid. In this, you will be having something called as your set table for your first display. So you will be having the method called as set table for your first display. One second. One second, guys. Having a method called as your set table for your first display. See how many things you have over here. So now what is our method? So in order to check your method, you can just click on the search bar over here. I'm going to take set table for your first display. Now if I go to the parameters of this, so you will be having something called as your layout IT underscore field catalog. So this is of type LBC underscore T underscore your FCAT. So this is of your table type. So as I told you, we can't able to use your tables. You have to always use your table types. So if I double click on this, see here, they have created your table type in your SE11. If I double click on this, you will be having the same thing, whatever the things you have seen. So the row position, the column position, the field name, the table name, the reference field name, the reference table name, whatever you have seen in your reuse ALB, you are going to see the same thing over here. Now you need to fill these values. You need to fill these values. Now in this example, I'm going to show you how to create your global class and how to get the data in your global class from your global class, and then how to get the data from your global class in your SE38 is what I'm going to show you. Okay, clear with that? So that is what I'm going to show you. Now I'm going to so I'm going to now let me go ahead and tell you my requirement. My requirement is I want to get the data from BKPF and your BSEG tables. I want to get the data from your BKPF and your BSEG tables. So my fields from my BKPF I needed are let me go to the table. I'm just directly giving over here BKPF. Now my fields I needed are I need BELNR, BUKRS, which is nothing but your company code, BELNR, which is nothing but your document, and then GJAHR, which is nothing but your year, and then BUKRS, BELNR, GJAHR, BLART, BLAT, So these are the fields I'm going to work on the BKPF table. So these are the fields I need from BKPF table. And then I also need from BSEG. From BSEG, I need to get the details. So this I am going to show you how we are going to write in our real time. The real time way how we are going to write. So we use a DEI, and then AUGDT, So these are the some of the important fields that we will be seeing in your real time. BSCHL, and then KOART, and then KOKRS, and then KOSTL, my cost center, and then I'm going to write my GL account, HKONT. So these are the fields which I'm going to get. Apart from this, you will be having your HSL, WSL and everything. So that I'm not going to worry about that. Now I need to get these details. So now, first of all, what I need to do, so and only for BLART is equal to, I'm going to slash O SE16N BKPF, and I'm going to have my BLART. So I'll just click on execute. Open. BLART is equal to SA. So which is nothing but, so I just want to get only the details for your SA. Now this SA we can hard code in the select query. You know this. So if I want to get only the details, you have to just hard code this one in your select query. So, but you should not hard code any details in your select query. What we have to do, we have to replace with your text elements is what I shown you. So this text elements mainly used for your translations. So when you have a translation, then you have to use your text elements. But this is a field value. So do we have any translations for this? No, because whenever you're posting it, it will post of order type. So material type equal to FERT. For that, you will be having any translations? No. So in these cases, you have to create your constants. So if you think that the text element is not possible, then we have to create your constants. Constants are also the replacement of your hard coding. You have to decide whether you need a text element or whether you need a constant. So if you are passing a general text, then I would say to go ahead and create your text elements. If you are passing the field value, then you go ahead and create your constants. So the declaration is, so we will be writing this as constants and we will be passing it as GC. C stands for your constants. And we will be passing here BLART, the name, and the same thing, type BLART, and what is the value. What is the value for that constant? What is the value? I'm going to write it as SA. Now this constant you will be going and writing over here in your select query. You will be writing the constant equal to GC underscore BLART. Okay, so these constants will never get changed. This constant value will never get changed. If you wish to change, they have to go ahead and change the code. They have to go ahead and change the code. Okay, so that is what your constants are. Clear with this? So you're trying to change the value of your constant. So you have to go ahead and change the code. So now for that, if you don't need to change the code, we can replace that with a table called as TVARVC. There is a table called as TVARVC, which is used to store your constant values. This will use to store your constant values. So now, first of all, I'll be showing with your constants, and then I'll be converting that into your TVARVC variable. Now, go ahead and write the code. So /n SE24, I'm going to create GCL underscore ALV field catalog. I'm just going to create 9 a.m. batch. 9 a.m. I'm just going to create field catalog ALV. Now I'll just go ahead and click on create ALV. Oops, ALV field catalog. Oops, ALV field catalog. Now, as I know what is meant by final class. What is meant by final class? What is meant by final class? What is meant by final class? If you select this as your final class, so you can't able to use that in your child classes. That's it. Only this is the only general class. You can't able to use in your inheritance, or you can't able to use it at anywhere except from your programs. Except in your programs, you can't able to directly use that in your child classes. If you wish to, if you wish, you don't need to use that in your child classes, and you will be keeping it as your final class. Now I'll just click on your save. So I'm going to save that in your package as well as your TR. Now, what is the things I need to have? I need to create my types declaration where I want these values, So I'll go ahead and create GT underscore, GTY underscore final. I'm going to take this as public and I'm going to click on this button. Okay, so now it will go to your source code editor where you have to go ahead and create your types declaration. Types begin of GTY underscore your final. Now what is my first field? The first field is BUKRS type BUKRS underscore D. I know the data element, that's why I'm going with this. BELNR type BELNR underscore D. Let me check that whether we have D or not. In S4 we will be having underscore D, but here I need to go ahead and check that. We don't have this D, but BLNR we have your D. Now GJA HR type GJA HR, and the next one is, what is the next field? I do have, I'm going with the BUZEI. BUZEI, BSEG hyphen BUZEI. The next one is, I'm going with BLART type BLART. The next one is BLDAT type BLDAT. And the next one is, I'm going to say BUDAT type BUDAT. And the next one I'm going to have is my AUGDT. So AUGDT type AUGDT. So what is my next field? And I need KOARS. I'm just going to write my fields KOARS and HKONT type HKONT. And then these are the fields. I'm not going to work about this. And then end of GTY underscore your final. So now I'll be having multiple data. So for that I need to go ahead and create my table type. So GTT underscore final type standard table of GTY underscore final. GTY underscore your final next to your pretty printer. So that's it. Now your types and your table types has been came up. Now I'll just go ahead and save this one. I'll come back. You will be having your types declaration and you will be having your table types declaration. Now I'll go to my methods. Now I'll be saying get underscore final underscore data. Get underscore final underscore data. So visibility, I'm going to take this as instance and public. Instance and public. Now I'm going to my parameter assignment. I'll be taking this as et underscore final, and I'm going to take this as exporting and gtt underscore your final. GTT underscore your final. So this is your internal table data where you will be having. Okay. Now before that, let me go to my source code and then Let me go to my source code, and then I'll come back and I'll create a constants. I'll come back and I'll create a constants. Come back to my attributes. So now here GC underscore BLA RT type, and what is the level? The level is your constant, the constant attribute. And now visibility, whether you want to use that in your program, no, I just want to use in my class. I just want to use in my class, so I'm going to keep this as private. And then BLART, and what is your initial value? My initial value, what I want to have, SA. So that's it. Now if I go to your source code, so now you can see here a constant declaration will be gets created. See, SA, a constant declaration. I told you constant, the name of your constant, the type, and the what is your value, the constant. Now I'll save this one. Now come back and go to your methods and then click on your source code. I need to go ahead and write my source code. So whatever the fields I want, select. So let me open it in SE24 again, SE24, and I'm going to say click on display. I'll go to my types, I'll go here, and I'll just copy this Alt Shift right arrow, and then your down arrow. Copy this, and I'm going to paste it over here. So select whatever the fields I want. So A tilde, A tilde, A tilde. This is from your B. This is from your again A, A. This is from your B, B, and B. From BKPF as A in a join BSEG as B on A tilde BUKRS is equal to B tilde BUKRS, and A tilde BELNR is equal to B tilde BELNR, and A tilde GJHR is equal to B tilde GJHR into table at the rate ET underscore. So I'm just going to write my new syntaxes. So comma, 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 and my comma separated into table at the rate ET underscore final, where what is my condition? Where what is my condition? A tilde BLART is equal to at the rate GC underscore BLART, and I'm going to take up to 500 rows. Up to 500 rows. Okay, to avoid pretty printer. So I just want to provide your performance because we do have a number of records in your BSET table. So in order to reduce my performance, I'm just going to give this one. Now this GC underscore BLART is your constant. Now I'm going to write, I'm going to change this constant. Instead of passing my hard coding value, I just replace that with my constant. Now just say activate this one. So along with this, I'm going to activate my class related stuff too. A date, there is an issue. KOKRS. Check this. Now I'll go back, and here also I need to change this to KOKRS. Now check this. No issues. Now activate your code by activating your class 2. Now my class got activated. Now my class got activated. Now, what I need to do as I'm going to create my field catalog, I have to create my field catalog too. So what I will do, I'll just say create the field catalog. Create my field catalog. I'm going to take this as instance. I'm going to take this as public. Now my parameter assignment id underscore final. Where is my fields? My fields are there in my id underscore final. I'm going to take this as importing optional gtt underscore my final. gtt underscore my final, and then my field catalog. So et underscore fcat exporting LVC underscore T underscore FCAT. LVC underscore T underscore FCAT. Why I have chosen this? The same thing which is there in your CL underscore GUI grade. So in this, if I go to my set table for your first display, set the table for your first display. If I go to my parameters, see here, IT underscore your layout. This ID underscore your field catalog. Yeah. So which is of type LVC underscore T underscore your field catalog. So the same type I have been provided over here. The same type I have been provided over here. Now I'll just say click on your source code and then click on your yes. Now I need to previously how you used to have. So you will be having your data declarations, you will be saying data ls underscore fcat type lvc underscore yes underscore fcat. So this is of type. If I go internally to this is of your table type. See here, this is of your line type. So, and then what you will be writing previously, you will be writing this as ls underscore fcat hyphen row position. So what is my first field? This is my first field. And then ls underscore fcat fcat hyphen, you will be writing what you will be writing. So the field name, and you will be saying this as BUKRS. And next one is ls underscore fcat hyphen your table name. Where what is my internal table? IT underscore final. IT underscore your final is your internal table. IT underscore final is your internal table, and then ls underscore fcat hyphen reference field. So what is my reference field? BUKRS is my reference field, and then ls underscore fcat hyphen reference table, and then I'm going to create this as from BKPF, BKPF, and then you will be writing append ls underscore fcat to et underscore fcat. So this is how you will be writing, and then you will be writing this as clear ls underscore your fcat. So this is how you will be writing in your previous things. After that, what I told you, you don't need to pass this with the help of your new syntax. I can say append value hash, and then the row underscore position equal to 2, and then a field name. The field name. What is my field name? The second one, VELNR. Next, I'm going to take this as table name. What is my table name? IT underscore final. IT underscore final. What is my reference field name? Reference field BELNR. And what is my reference table name? Reference table, we are going to say this as BKPF. BKPF. Now, this into 2 ET underscore your final. ET underscore your final. So now this, you are not going to create any structure. You are just directly passing up your values to your thing. So these two things I have shown you in your previous classes. So this is the new syntax. Now here also you are writing your append statement every time. But instead of that, there is one more statement which you can directly fill the values. How you are going to fill that? So we will be saying this as ET underscore final equal to value hash. If you know the type, so provide instead of hash, provide your type. So I know the type. What is my type? LVC underscore T underscore F tag. So now you are going to add your internal table. You can directly add your internal table. How you have to do it? So you have to open your brackets and then open your brackets and add the first record. Add your first record. Once you add your first record, close your brackets. Again, open your brackets and add the second record and close your brackets. So like this, you have to go ahead and add how many records you have. Once you have done, just close finally. Just close finally. So this is how you can directly fill off your internal table with one single statement. With one single statement, it will go ahead and fill your data. Now, if I say here, let me remove this. So now I'll just opening my first bracket and for my first record. Now I'll just copy this one. Paste it. Now I'll just go ahead and uncomment this one. Now my first record. So now this is my first record. So what is my first record? BUKRS. BUKRS and then BUKRS. So my first record is completed. Now what is my second record? I'll just copy this one and then I'll go here and paste my second record. So my second record. So what is my second record? BELNR and then this is also your BELNR. Now what is my third record? GJHR. GJHR and here also it's GJHR. Now what is my fourth record? BUZEI. ZEI and this one is also BUZEI and then BSEC. Now what is my fifth record? PL. What is my fifth record? I'll just go to my display. I'll go to my types. I'll click on here. So BLA RT is my fifth record. So I'm going to take this as BLA RT and this one is also from your BLA RT. Now my sixth record. What is my sixth record? BUDAT. BUDAT and this one is also BUDAT. So this one is here. Sorry, PL. That's that. Next, my seventh record. My seventh record is BLDAT. And then this one is also your BLDAT. Now my eighth record. What is my eighth record? AUGDT. AUGDT and here also AUGDT and this one is from your basic table. Now I'll just go ahead and copy this one because I need to get the details from here from basic onwards. So now I'm going to take this as ninth record. Ninth record KOKRS. KOKRS and then this one is also KOKRS. Now what is my 10th record? My 10th record is HKONT, 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 and this one is also from your HKONT. So this is how you can manually pass your values. This is how you can manually pass your values. Instead of writing your append and all these things, these statements are gone. This is how your new syntax is. This is how your new syntax is. The first position, the second, third, fourth, fifth, eighth, ninth, and your 10th record. So remaining things just close down. Okay, so this is how you will be filling your records. Now I just go ahead and activate this one. So I'm just going to activate. Sorry, et_fcat. et_fcat. And just go ahead and activate this one. Now my field catalog is ready and my data is ready. Now it's time for me to call my a class, and I need to go ahead and display the data. So in order to call the class, you need to create your screen. Now I'm going back to my program. I'm going back to my program. So I'll go to /n C38. So I'm going to say oops ALB with field catalog, and just I'll go ahead and click on structure oops ALB with field catalog. I'm going to take this as type executable program. I'll just click on your save. I'm going to save that in your package as well as in your TR. Now I'm going to take this as no standard page heading. So what I need to do, the first one is includes. I have to go ahead and create your 4 include for your top declaration, for your selection screen, for your processing logic, as well as for your subroutines. So you have to do it for every program. So you have to do it for every program. So in this program, I'm not going to show you. The next program I will be creating in the local classes. At that time, I'll be showing you how to write with your includes. Okay, I'm going directly with my start of selection. So what is the first step I need to write? Call screen. So 9001. So now I'll just double click on this. I'll go ahead and create my screen. Yes. Now calling output screen. Output screen. I'll go to my layout. So you need to go ahead and create your custom container. I'm just going to create my custom container, copy this, and I'm going to do this gc underscore and just save one, close one, this one, and come back. So now the screen has been created. So go to your flow log and name your module. So come here, double click on this, click on create. In my program, I'm going to do it, click on this. Now, if you have your status ID, you can provide that. I'm not going to provide that. So I have already told you. What I need to do, I need to go ahead and call my class. So data g underscore and refers to TL underscore G underscore underscore container, and the next one is Go underscore I refers to underscore GUI underscore ALB. Can you hear me clearly? Hello. Clear now? Hello, mic testing 1 2 3. It's clear? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for that. So now, what I was telling you. So I have just created my startup selection. I have created my screen. In my screen, I have created my container. I'm going to enable my module PBO and PAI. So PBO is process before output and PAI is process after your input. So in PBO module, I'm going to call my ALV. So I'm going to call, in order to call your ALV, you have to call your container, you have to call your ALV grid. So now for these two things, I'm going to create my object. Create object geo underscore cont. So now here you have to pass your container. What is the container I have created? GC underscore container. So I just need to go ahead and raise my exceptions. I just need to pass these two values. Okay. So the next one is I need to create the object for my ALV. So create object geo underscore ALV. ALV. So I'm going to say geo underscore ALV. So now here I need to provide my container name. What is my container? Geo underscore container. So this is what I need to provide it over here. Pass your exceptions and pass your IDs. Pass your exceptions and pass your ID. Okay. So now I have created this. Now Pretty Printer, I have created this. Now it's time for me to get the data. To get the data and the field catalog. And the field catalog. So where those are available in your global class. So for that global class, again I need to go ahead and create your object reference. So you can do it with your two steps the same way how we are doing, or you can also do this as data of geo underscore ALV. So this is ALV on the right I have. So okay, geo underscore data is equal to new, what is my class? So GCL underscore ALV underscore 9 AM. GCL underscore ALV underscore your 9 AM. That's it. Now get the data. So whether we have the data or not, whether the data has been initialized or not, how can you check that? You will be writing if the value is there on that in that work area. How you will be writing? Work area is not initial, but here if you are referencing to your class, you need to write geo underscore data is bound. Bound is nothing but the memory has been allocated to my object reference. The memory has been allocated to my object reference. So not bound is we don't have the memory. Bound is nothing but it has been bounded to your class memory. And then I'm going to say this as endif. Now here I'm going to get my data geo underscore data. What is my method? My method is get data. So here I'll just say inline declaration GT underscore final. GT underscore final. And the next one is geo underscore data. I'm just going to get my field catalog. So I'm going to have my field catalog. So here the data which you are coming here, you have to pass it over here GT underscore final. And what is my field catalog? I need to go ahead and create my field catalog GT underscore your FCAT. Now it's time for me to display the data. Display the data. Display the data. So what is that? Geo underscore ALV hyphen set table for your first display. Set table for your first display. So here I'm going to get my GT underscore final, and in my field catalog I just need to find ask GC and GT underscore your FCAT. So apart from this, any other things you need to provide, you just go ahead and provide that one. I don't need anything. I don't need anything. So now I'm just going to remove all my details, and then I'll go ahead and raise my exceptions. I'm going to provide this one. Now do my pretty printer. That's it. Now check this. No issues. Let's go ahead and activate my code along with your screen. I'm just going to activate both the two things and I'll just say activate this one. Now I'll just go ahead and keep a breakpoint over here. I'll just say click on execute. Now see here your breakpoint has been created F6. So my size of bar is equal to 0. That means the container has been initialized. See here you have your memory that has been allocated. Now for go underscore ALV, see it's not initial. Now if I say F6, see here memory has been added. Now F5. Now see here for this geo data we don't have your memory, and say if I say F6, see the data has been allocated. Now if I say bound, it will go inside because it has your memory. It has your memory. If I go inside this, you can find here your private attribute. You can find here your private attribute which you can't able to change. See, it is not allowing. You don't have an option to change. You don't have the option to change. Even constant anyways you can't able to change it. Constants are fixed values. Now I'll say desktop 3. If I say F5, see it has gone through your class and your method. A class and your method and F5. So in the same way, if I go to my standard, you can see from your PBO, it is going to your method. See how the program is running. It has called your screen. From the screen, it has called your PBO. From the PBO, it has gone through your method. So how you are going to process your data, you can find out in your ABAP/screen chat. So from call screen, you went into the PBO. In that PBO, you are going to write down your ABAP logic. Now F5. So now see here, you came back to your PBO. The method PBO, you are in your method PBO. So it has came back. See, the cursor will jump like this. So if I say F5 again, see here, it will go to your method. It will go to your method. Now, if you double click over here, if you click on this, see the source code will be open in your new window. The new window, if you want to see the source code and the position where it has been bent, you can also see it here. So you can keep your breakpoint if you need it. If you need it for your debugging purpose, if you need it, you can keep your breakpoint over here. Now see here in ET final, we don't have anything. If I say one single F5, see the data has been added. All your records, 10 records data has been added. So instead of going record by record, append, you can just use this one. You can just use this one. Okay, with one single F5 click, it has added. See how fast it is. Now come back, you'll be coming back again to your PBO. And now if I say F5, see here you gone to your say so CLALB variant, which is nothing but your select values. Now if I say F8, you can see your data has been displayed. Your data has been displayed with your values what you needed. With your values what you needed. So this is how you have to go ahead and create your field catalog. Now this is your only for your SA. Now I didn't work on this PF status. When you are working, you have to go ahead and work with your PF status. Okay, PF status. Now see 38. Now what we have done, we have created a attribute called as your constant. Now let's say for example my SA value, this is the configuration. The document type is a configuration which functionals will do it. The document configuration which functions will do it in your real time. Let's say going forward the business has been changed from SA to ZA. They have changed the business from SA to ZA. They have changed the constant. Now what you have to do, you have to come to your SE24 and you have to change from SA to ZA, and you need to move the transport from development to quality and quality to production, right? So this will take a time process. So now instead of changing the code, can I go ahead and change my constant values? Instead of changing your code, can I go ahead and change your constant values? Now, so what we have to do in that case, you need to store this constant value in a table. You need to go ahead and store the constant value in a table. That table we will be calling it as TVARVC. So if I go to SE11, so you will be having TVARVC. If I click on display, see table of variant variables. Variant variables, what variables you want to store. So here you have to provide the name of your variable and type of your variable. So whether it's a single value or whether it's a multiple value, the type will show us whether it's a parameter or whether it's a select option. So type P or type S it will be having. If I go inside this, see here, if I go to my, so they have given it as SAP ABAP, we don't have your values. Okay, you have to provide either, you have to provide, one second. Okay, you have to provide your name of your variable, or you have to provide whether it's a type as whether it's a parameter or whether it's a select option, and you need to provide your values, the low value and high value. So how can you provide these values? In order to provide these values, go to /o SM30. You will be having tvar I forgot the transaction code. Ah, shit. Yes. One second. Let me find out the transaction code for you. See, STVAC. So this is the tape. This is the transaction code which is used to maintain your entries. So I'm just going to STVAC. So now see here, display table TVA RVC. TVA RVC display table. Now here, if you want to keep it as parameters, you will be keeping it as parameters. If you want a select options, you can go ahead and keep that as the select options. As of now, I want to create it as parameters. Now display to change. So see here you have an object, include entries in your transport request. So when you select this, whatever the entries you are going to add, it will be gets added to your transport. So that means you don't need to maintain that in your quality. You don't need to maintain that in your production. But this is as your one-time activity. So once you have moved this, and then people can go ahead and change the existing values. People can go ahead and change your existing values. Now I'll just say click on create. I'm going to take this as, so here how you'll be writing Z underscore your module name underscore your variable name. Z underscore your module name, sorry, Z module name underscore your variable name. This is what I'm going to write. So now ZFI underscore SA underscore BLART. So what is my value? SA. What is my value? SA. Now just save this one. It will ask you for a transport which is called as your customizing request. So this is a place where we will be working on your customization request. Till now we have worked only on your workbench. So right now we are going to see the details of your customization. Just click on create, the same thing, just click on create. So TVARBC, I'm just going and saving this, save this. Now the entries will be get saved. Now these entries I need to call in my program. These entries I have to call in my program. So how I'm going to call? Now I'll go back to my class. What I will do, I'll go ahead and say, instead of this, I'll go here TVARBC underscore T. As it is a parameter, you can give it as TVARBC. If it is a select option, you have to give it as TVARBC underscore T, which is a table type for your TVARBC. And what is a GC underscore BLART? This is a type. What is my type? If I go here, the type. So this is my type. And then what is the value I have added? I have provided a value called as this one. This is my type value. So now I'll go here and I'll be passing this value as your constant attribute, as your constant attribute. Now I need to call this constant attribute. So for that, I will go ahead and create my constructor to get your default values. To get your default values, I'll go ahead and get the details from your constructor. At the same time, as for your constructor, you won't be having your exporting values. So I'm going to create a data declaration GS underscore TVARBC. I'm going to take this as the constant attribute. I'm going to take this as private, and I'm going to take this as TVARBC. So the instance, and I'm going to create this as my private attribute. I don't want to use that in my program, so I just want to use in my class. So that's the reason I have created this as my private attribute. Now I'll go to my methods. I'll go to my constructor source code. Now what I will do, I'll just go ahead and get select single start from TVARBC into GS underscore TVARBC, where type is equal to, what is my type? GC underscore GC underscore your BLART, where GC underscore your BLART. So that's it. Now I'll just activate this one. Now check this. So now check, save this and activate this one. So I'm going to activate all my things. I'm going to activate all my things. It's got activated. Now you will be having the data in this GS underscore TVARBC, where you will be having, if I go to my table display mode, I'll go to my table /NSE16. I'm going to have my TVARBC. What is my variable name I have created? GFI underscore SLBART. If I say click on execute, see here, you will be having the value in your low. So now I'll go back here. I'll go to my final data, and then instead of this constant, I'm going to write GS underscore TVARBC hyphen low. Now I'll just go ahead and activate that one too. That's it. Now for the next time, if they want to change, they will come here. They will come here and they'll click on change. They will select this. They will click on this edit button, and if they, whatever the value they want, they can go ahead and change that value, and those values will become in your output. So you should never use your constant values. I told you the constants, right? So we will never use the constants. Always we will try to use the constants in the form of your TVA or VC. You have to check with your team, or that means you have to check with your functional, or you have to check with your leads whether the TVA or VC is allowed or not. Whether the TVA or VC is allowed or not, you have to check with your team. So if they say that the constants declarations has to be come into your TVR VC, so you will be coming and passing your TVR VC, and you will be writing that code in your constructor, which is used to pass your default values for your program. Okay, default values. Those default values are not going to change. Instead of getting at multiple places, go ahead and write down in constructor. You will be getting those details in your constructor. Okay. Now, if I come here, let me activate my program again. Now come here to my program /n SA38. Now I'll go ahead and click on display. So I'll just click on execute. My container is going to be created, F6. Now F6. Now if I say F5, see here, it is going to call your constructor. Whenever you are initializing, you are just getting your constructor. Now F5. What happened to this? I have given it as, what is the value I have given in your attributes? Or is kind of name? Oh, sorry, this is your type, right? That's an issue. This one. Sorry, I have provided a wrong variable. Let's activate your code. I'm just activating. I'll just go ahead and restart my debugger. You just click on this restart, it will go back to your program again. Just click on execute. Now, F6, 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 and then if I say F5, it will go ahead and get the data. So now F5, you will be having those details again. Okay, so showing. I have the value of SA, right? SA size of us equal to 4. This is name, not my type. Name. I have given this as your type. So that in the name you will be having your variant name. You will be having your name. So that's why it's not coming up. So what I will do, I'll go back again to my class. I'll go back again to my class. I'll go to my methods. My bad, I have written the code wrong. So here I'm going to keep this as the name. And I'm going to activate my code. Now what I will do, and again, debugger restart. Now I'll come here, I'll just click on execute. Now F5. Now if I go here, my TVR VC, you got your details. You got your details. So my size of bus equal to 0. Where what is the value you have? SA. See here the type is parameter or your select option. Now I'll go back to my desktop 3 and F5. Now you will be having that value. Now if I go here, see in my GV underscore TVR VC, you have your data as you have created this method in your parameter. Now that's it. If I say F8, you will go ahead and get the details of your SA. Now if I go to my /n SE16N, I'll go to PK PF. So here I'm going to take the document type not equal to SA, not equal to SA, not equal to SA. So other than that SA, I want to get the details. So that's, I'm going to change my TVR VC variable and I'm going to show you that. So I want KA details. So the KA. So I'm just copying this KA. I'll come to my TVA or VC. What is the transaction code? As ABAP. I'll go here to my change mode. So now you need to check where is your TVR VC. Click on edit, and what is the value I want to pass? AA. Now if I say save this one, save this one. Now if I come back and execute the program again, and if I say execute, I'm just going to remove my breakpoints and I'll just say click on execute. Now see here, I'll also remove this breakpoint and I'll just say execute. See, your KA documents has came up. Did you change your code? You just change the value in your TVR VC, automatically the program is dynamically changing. Automatically the program output is dynamically changing. So this is how you have to use your TVA RVC. Please remember this. So these are some of the tips you have to tell. So if they ask you, what guidelines you have followed in your previous company while writing your code, so you have to say that we will never ever maintain the constants. We have to either create a text elements or we will be creating it as a constants. But when we want to create a constant, we will be using the TVRVC, so that in future if they want to change the values, they can go ahead and change the values simply. They can go ahead and change the value simply. We don't need to write our code. We don't need to change our code. So dynamically we have just changed the value. See, the output has been changed. Did you change your code? No, I didn't change my code. This is how you have to improve your coding things. Okay, clear with that? So whatever the assignment I have given in reuse ALB field catalog assignment, go ahead and do that with your OOPS. Go ahead and do that with your OOPS based programming. Okay, that's the end of today's session. Tomorrow I'm going to show you the same code in your local class, and along with that I'm going to show you your the top of page, the logo. How can you work with your logo and your top of page? And if possible, I'll also continue with your splitter container. Splitter container. So once your splitter container is completed, they will be having something called as your docking container. So I'm going to copy and paste the programs from here onwards. Whatever the programs, once this splitter container is completed, I'll copy and paste the same example over here. I'm not going to write the code. The code is pretty much the same. Instead of that, I'll just go ahead and copy the source code. Okay, clear with that? So that's all for today. And before I signing off, any other questions? And this Sunday also you have your class. Hopefully this Sunday at least the power should not lose. So I'll be taking a 2-hour session this Sunday too. This Sunday too, I'm going to take a 2-hour session. Okay, so I'm telling you on Monday itself. So this Sunday and this Saturday afternoon also you have your session. Saturday afternoon also you have your session. Not for 8 o'clock batch, only for the 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock batch, where we are going to see the new syntaxes. Where we are going to see your new syntaxes. Okay, so not for 8 o'clock batch. If you wish, you can go ahead and you can also join that. I'll confirm you the timings by Thursday. But Sunday class timings are the same, 9 to 10 and 10:30 to 11:30. 9 to 10 and 10:30 to 11:30 is the same. I'm just letting you know in advance, because so 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock batch, as I told you, next month ending I will be in vacation for 4 days. So that's the reason I'm going to take up these special classes to commit that vacation. Clear? That's all for today, and we'll meet you tomorrow at the same time and we'll continue our session. Thank you all.